flavour from where I'm sitting. Today's dish is inspired by the fast-paced lifestyle loved by many people across the globe and, of course, across the continent as well. Joining us is the extraordinary self-taught chef behind Erica's Eats, a popular Johannesburg-based food business that's won over food lovers with wholesome plant-based and flexitarian meals. From fresh meal deliveries to bustling weekend markets, Chef Erica has built a thriving brand by proving the simple, nourishing food can also be exciting and satisfying and delicious. Chef Erica is joining us in our studio. Good morning.
Good morning, Palesa. Thank you so much for having me.
How are you doing this Sunday?
I'm well, nice and crispy in the morning. I started cooking at 5 already.
Yes,
so.
I am glad. I can tell. Smells good, smells so fresh. But let's speak about you. And, I'm always so intrigued by self-taught chefs because, generally we're told if you want to go into a certain career, you have to study this and that. But some things are just innate in us. They're just talents that we have. So when did you decide to turn what you had noticed to be a talent or even a passion of yours, which is food, into, actual work and into, making your creativity and sharing it with others?
So my journey with food started purely out of necessity. I studied music. I worked in the arts on the operational side of it, and I just accepted a job in Washington DC in 2020 and moved. And in March, got sent back home. I didn't have any resources. Nobody was hiring in the arts in that particular field, and I started to sell milk tarts from my car boot. And that is how my business started.
Wow.
Erica's Eats was the first real formal version of it, which was the plant-based version of it. And from that grew a brand called Gourmet Gimba, which is where we are at now. And yes, it's been a crazy, hair-pulling, nail-biting 6 years, but I am extremely privileged to have still grown a business in our current economy and be able to still employ people.
I am so glad. And it's really intriguing to hear the stories of people and how they started. But let's speak about this term, flexitarian. What kind of food is this?
A flexitarian, I suppose. I saw this video a few weeks ago of a guy that said we are all we live in a time where the only thing that we see is perfection.
Yeah,
we are stuck with this perfection in our faces, but we don't leave any space for growth for ourselves to develop. And so his thing was, he met a guy that said, "Oh, I want to be vegan so badly, but I love bacon."
Yes.
And his response to the person was, "Just be vegan and bacon."
Right.
And that is what it boils down to, in essence, is the stuff that you put into your body. Sure, nobody is perfect, and there isn't just one certain way, but you can't stop doing the better thing just because you think you can't do it perfectly from the start.
Right. And I love that concept because, there's so many things that we all want to try. And I'm sure many people are like, let's do vegetarian for a week. Or I'm going to go vegetarian. And then they see themselves backsliding after a few weeks. Like, I failed at being vegetarian. I wanted to live a healthier lifestyle. And it's like, actually, that's okay. If you do no meat Mondays, which is something that has also gained a lot of popularity, you try something maybe once a week and you can still enjoy things while you continue to be on a journey, whether it's for health or you just don't want to eat those products anymore. But how do you incorporate this concept into your food?
The base of it, in essence, where Gourmet Gimba is moving towards is being a completely sustainable brand.
Okay.
We want to be a brand that has a zero carbon footprint by the end of next year.
Incredible.
And we are doing this by cooking everything that we have from scratch. We don't buy bread, we bake it ourselves.
Wow.
We don't buy yogurt, we make it ourselves. And we've we've moved it into a broader circle of, we just started a partnership with an urban farm in Claremont, and they are growing beautiful organic produce from a place that used to be a dump site.
Wow.
And our summer crops have been in the ground for 6 weeks. Our onions are like 10 centimeters tall. So I think if you go from the point of inherently using real food, real ingredients, it is impossible for you to not live a healthy life, because you can be a vegetarian and eat slap chips every day.
Yes, correct. You will still be eating vegetables.
Yes, yes, exactly.
I love that. And for someone who, like myself, I really love to garden. So it's also this that exciting process about eating food that's been grown or that you've experienced their growing journey. I might not have a big garden, but every time something comes out of it, I'm so excited to make something because I know exactly where that thing came from. I know how much or how long it took to grow. And I saw it grow from the ground up. And just that story alone also brings a new experience into the food. Chat about gourmet gimba, very interesting name, and I love that it actually brings in. It's almost like a contradiction, but it also works well together, right? Because a person, let me just give you a person that gimbas. When you say someone is a gimba, is someone who loves to eat, but sometimes that can sort of border on, someone who just like eats too much, a little bit of greed, right?
Yes, totally.
But something gourmet, something that's slow. It's something that's intricate, that's intentional, intentionally created. So in those two things, I mean, we are the gimbas, so I know where that comes from. But let's speak about the gourmet aspect, that intentionality in food, because usually people are like, okay, these days, like, oh, we're on the go. I don't really have time for this. So how do you incorporate, bringing time in a space where so many people don't have time, but they can experience intentionality in time through your food?
So initially, Gourmet Gimbal, the menu for Gourmet Gimbal was developed by my co-founder, George von Berg, and in a phase where I actually went to go work in a circus in Paris.
Okay.
Which is
Girl, you have lived an interesting life. What do you mean?
So that was predominantly a bar menu that we traded with at markets and events.
Okay.
Within that, I realized that just chasing money and just selling units, it's a senseless pursuit. So I took a step back and started to think about how we can do it. And the thing is, we have so many amazing superfood grains on our continent, and so many amazing herbs and spices that we are not using ourselves because we are not aware of it. And we can, once you are aware of it, you can very easily quickly make something. So like, for instance, the okra chutney that I brought today.
Let's speak about that. I would love to hear a little bit more about that. Tell me more.
So the okra chutney that I brought today is a very basic chutney. It's just tomatoes, onions, okra, of course, garlic, ginger, chili, and sugar, and some mustard seeds and cumin. It was cooked within 5 or 10 minutes, very quickly, and you can eat it with anything. Today I paired it with a fritter. That the recipe for that I developed a few weeks ago. Everything here is part of recipes that I developed for catering. So we do very bespoke catering as well.
Love that.
And I froze some oxtail after deboning it into little slabs, and then I made a batter with maize, with pap, and I coated it and I deep fried it.
Okay, hang on, I have to try that. Firstly, I want to say there's really nothing basic about a chutney, especially in spaces where we might have food around us. On the continent, there's so much food. We should have so much food. We have fertile land. We can make food. But most people only taste a chutney from a bottle.
Yes.
And that's problematic because there's so so many ways that you can actually experience. So many people have never actually had a chutney,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
Outside of
yes.
the ones that you find in a bottle. So it's
Yes.
incredible to see someone who's bringing in, real foods, African foods like okra, very popular in
Yes.
West Africa,
Yes.
and bringing it in and, combining it with something that you can have with a lot of different things. So let's
Exactly.
look at our spread. I do want to taste. So that's the oxtail pap fritter. What do you
Yes.
call it?
I call it a slappap poffertjie, which is something that I grew up eating.
Okay,
Without
okay.
the oxtail inside
So is
it.
that
Yes.
this one? Okay,
Yes.
I'll just have one. There we go. Ooh, it looks good. I mean, these are ingredients that we eat all the time. I wouldn't
Yes.
expect you to deep fry something with maize.
Yes.
Because we see these as like, okay, these are just simple ingredients. If you have maize, you have to make pap. But there's
Yes.
actually so much that you can make
Yes.
from the everyday ingredients that we have every day.
Exactly.
And that brings you back to sustainability, doesn't
Yes,
it?
yes.
Because when we think about making good food or eating good food, we think that this food has to be sourced somewhere far away. It has to be imported. It can't just be the things that we find in our pantries and our cupboards every day.
Yes.
And you're changing that perception, because if there's someone that didn't know what this was, that eaten like, oh, this is so fantastic. Which part of the world did you
Exactly.
find it? Like, no, just here.
Yes, yes, yes.
This is where I found it.
Yes.
Okay, tell me more about the other
other
things on the
stuff.
spread.
So on your far right, we have deboned chicken foot that we first boiled in some 6 gun, like
The South African way.
and then we deboned it, and we crumbed it and we deep fried it.
Okay.
And next to it is just some achar. It's just going with some achar.
Hang on, which one is the acha?
The one on the far
Oh,
right.
the other
Yes,
one, okay.
yes.
And that's homemade as well, or just?
No, yes,
yeah,
yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I get you.
Yes. And then we have, closest to me, we have a puffed sorghum bar, which is, you just puff sorghum in the same way that you would pop popcorn. And then I mixed it with dark chocolate and some good quality peanut butter and a bit of Sichuan pepper for a tang.
Hang on, you can make popcorn out of sorghum?
Yes, girl.
No.
Yes.
Oh my god, I had no idea.
And the thing about it is also sorghum is such a massive staple in so much of our continent.
Yes, yeah.
And it's so easy to make something that it's a superfood. It keeps you full, and it can be a treat at the same time.
That is incredible. Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll hang out with Chef Eric a little bit more. We'll taste more of the food. This is delicious, by the way. And I'll give you a taste on it all. I love that chutney. It is decadent. It's 9:41 Central Africa time. This is Sunday Sauce. We'll continue after this.
Este é o Caleidoscópio de Canal África, com Remo Samo e João Yabalá.
E a recente aprovação da nova lei de combate à disseminação de informações falsas na Guiné-Bissau abriu um intenso debate público sobre os limites entre o combate à desinformação e a salvaguarda da liberdade de expressão. O diploma aprovado pelo Conselho Nacional de Transição pretende reforçar o combate ao cibercrime, às burlas digitais e à propagação de conteúdos falsos nas redes sociais, prevendo inclusive penas agravadas para casos com dimensão internacional. Nesta entrevista com António Nhanga, bastonário da Ordem dos Jornalistas da Guiné-Bissau, analisámos as implicações políticas, sociais e mediáticas da nova legislação.
É um pretexto que o comando militar arranjou para poder silenciar a imprensa ou silenciar as vozes mais críticas que pode haver no país. Essa que é a grande verdade sobre esse assunto. Não é questão de liberdade ou a questão de combater a fake news, mas a forma de silenciar as vozes críticas que existem no país, quer na imprensa, quer nas redes sociais.
De segunda a sexta-feira, das 20 às 21 horas locais, este é o Caleidoscópio de Canal África.
Conversations are happening, and Channel Africa is at the heart of them. We tell the African story with clarity, pride, and purpose, reaching audiences that matter to your brand. Partner with us and connect your business with listeners across borders in multiple languages and markets. For partnership opportunities, sponsorship, or sales, email us at partnership@channelafrica.co.za. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Out and About with Palisatau, because life happens off script.
It is still our Sunday sauce, and we're having a conversation with Chef Erica from Erica Eats and Gourmet Gimba. And she has a beautiful spread of food here. I had no idea you could pop sorghum like corn. So we're learning a lot of things here today. And these are things that we have to try ourselves, because what do you mean you can do that? But out of all this food, there's huge elements of superfoods. You know, okra is one of them in your okra chutney, the sorghum, a superfood from the continent. So locally sourced food, and food that is, you know, the kind of food that we eat here on the continent every day, but with a beautiful twist to it. I was just telling you, I think the rest of the world just caught up to chicken feet.
Yes.
Because they're so rich in collagen, and we've been eating chicken feet
Ages.
for a very, 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 for generations and generations. And now they're realizing that, oh wait, you can actually make collagen rich food, not just, you know, by eating the chicken feet, but as a byproduct of like having the sauce and so on. So, you know, what kind of people are engaging with Gourmet Gimba or Erica's Eats on a daily, on a weekly basis?
Our business is split into three legs.
Okay.
We first do the bar menu at festivals and events, which is doing great. The second leg of it
I love baos.
is I know, right?
I mean,
It's
who
so
doesn't?
fluffy,
Yes,
fluffy
so
Asian
delicious.
dombolo.
Yes.
And the second leg of it is we're specializing in doing crew catering.
Okay.
And the third of it is that we are doing very bespoke, very well researched catering. So the sorghum bars was actually something that we did for Sundown's press conference, and it was the sorghum was a nod to the family that owns the Sundowns and their Tswana heritage. The oxtail came from Italian. What do you call it? An Italian tractor brand that we worked with on a launch, and so there's parmesan in there. All of these things. The chicken feed is a product of a Nigerian menu that I did a few weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
So all of these things comes down to something that we are very serious about, and that is that we will never do processed food.
Yeah.
We will always do whatever we do with the best quality ingredients that we can get and source it within a sustainable community around us.
I love that. I love that.
Yes.
Sounds incredible. Well, where are you? Where are you situated, and how do people engage with your food?
We are situated in Melville, actually.
Yay.
We run a dark kitchen from Melville, and that's where we run all of our operations from.
Okay.
And people can engage with us on social media and basically book us. And
Yeah.
we are super open for any collaborations.
So it's not a restaurant.
It's not a restaurant. It's purely based on creating experiences for people with intention.
I love that.
So
I love
we are
that.
in a phase currently where we are more connected than ever, but less connected than we have ever been.
True.
And if we just what we want to create is a conversation around real food, but also create a whole space around real food and engaging with real people and having
Yeah.
real conversations, because we are lacking it.
This is incredible. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for this beautiful spread of food that I am about to really enjoy. I can't wait to try that sorghum, dark chocolate, what do you call it?
It's a puffed sorghum bar.
Okay, yeah, a bar, yes.
Yes.
A little chocolate bar. It's incredible. I'm still stuck though on that chutney. It's delicious. I want bucket loads of that chutney on everything. Okay. Once again, give us your platforms and where people can contact you.
You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Gourmet Gimba. And on there you will also find our contact details. So you can send us an email at info@gourmetgimba.co.za.
Thank you so much, Erica. It was a pleasure to hang out with you today.
Thanks for having
And
me.
you look amazing, by the way. Let's add that in there as well, right? When you have Chef Erica at your thing, she's also going to be there and she's going to show up and she looks amazing. So that's just part of it. It's 9:47 Central Africa time. That's our Sunday sauce for the day.
Vue d'Afrique avec Joe et Seba.